Welcome back, WME family, and God bless you. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day, whether it be day, evening, morning, night, whatever time you're watching this program. God bless you, and thank you for joining us. Whatever platform you're watching in, we're in all major social media platforms. So God bless you, and thank you for being a part of what God is doing through World Missionary Evangelism. Remember, this is a ministry that is preaching the Word of God, not only in word, but also in deed. We're in Latin America, we're in Africa, we're in Asia, we're out there preaching the gospel, feeding children through our Food for Hunger programs, but we're also doing work here in the United States. We're doing work with homeless veterans, we're doing work with women's shelter here in the U.S., and so many other ministries. I don't have enough time to tell you what God is doing in the different areas of work that we're in. But one of the ways that you can find out what God is doing is by going to our webpage. Our webpage is WME.org. WME.org. You can go to our webpage and you can see some of what some of the different things that God is doing. You can hear some of our radio broadcasts. You can see some of the pictures of what we're doing in the field. And you can also find us in the different platforms. Of course, you're watching one of them right now, so God bless you and thank you for being a part of this broadcast. We're talking about prayer today, and specifically David in prayer. Now, David, I've often said that when we think of prayer and when we speak of prayer, we often think of Daniel. And of course, Daniel was a man of prayer, and Daniel was a man who God greatly used. But do you know that there's more registered prayers from David than there is from Daniel? That's to say, we see more prayers in David's life than we see in Daniel's as far as writing. And so when we look at David, David basically prayed three kinds of prayers: a prayer for deliverance, a prayer of thanksgiving, and a prayer of warfare. And you'll see that throughout the different Psalms. Now, David is very expressive. David is very poetic. And so when we see his writings, we have to understand that he uses a lot of poetic terms. And when we look at what we are reading today, which is Psalm 61, he says, "From the ends of the earth I will cry unto thee." What does that mean? Now, as far as we know, David really never traveled outside of the region of Israel, or there's at least nothing that we see that suggests that David traveled far away from the Promised Land. But when we look at David, he says, "From the ends of the earth." Now, that means that it's sort of like saying we've reached the end of our rope. Meaning we're at a point of desperation. We're at a point where either God saves us or we're in big trouble. Either God delivers us or we're not going to make it through whatever we're going through. So that's what David is expressing. Now, many believe that this Psalm 61 was written during Absalom rebellion. We don't know specifically because there's no way to date what time this psalm was written in David's timeline, but we do know that many believe that it was written during that time. Now he says, "From the ends of the earth I will cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed." Have you ever felt overwhelmed? This life that we live can make us feel overwhelmed. When we're going through a situation, whether maybe it's a marriage that's going through its problems, or maybe it's a child who has drifted away from the Lord, or whatever the situation may be, sometimes life can make us feel overwhelmed. And that's the way David feels. He feels like this is just too much. That's why many believe it was during that time in his life. And by that, if it wasn't indeed that time in his life, David is already up in age. David is already nearing the end of his reign. And so David is feeling overwhelmed. David is feeling like this is just too much. And sometimes we reach those moments in our life where we just think, God, this is too much. God, I don't know how I'm going to go make it through this. And so that's the way David felt. He says, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. I need, the rock speaks of foundation, but I love how he says the rock that is higher than I. And so when we think about that expression, sometimes it's too much for us. In the natural, we can't handle it. In the natural, we can't overcome. So we need God's help. We need God's strength throughout that moment of anguish in our life. And so that's what David is basically saying. He says, for thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. There is that warfare term, strong tower. Many times in Israel and during those biblical times, a strong tower meant a place of protection. It meant a place where you could see when harm was coming. You could prepare yourself. You could brace yourself. So, strong tower against the enemy. It gave you the advantage over the enemy. It gave you an advantage over your adversary. And so David is telling God, take me to that point where I can have an advantage, where I can see what's coming and be prepared. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. And so verse 7, I love how verse 7 says, he shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. And then he ends with a word of praise. He says, so will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. In other words, David is saying, God, I just want to live for you. And we know the end of the story. We know that God saw David through the difficulties he was going through. And that same God that was with David, King David, is with you today. And that same God is going to see you through whatever adversity, whatever difficulty you're going through. Have faith and trust in God, just as David did. And David saw the goodness of God. You too will see the goodness of God. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
At the heart of everything world missionary evangelism does is reaching out and saving the lost through sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. We do this through native missionaries. Right now, we have many native missionaries who need sponsors. That's right, partners just like you, who will help them become full-time workers for Christ. That provides this native missionary with the ability to give his life full-time to gospel outreach. We also need Bible, and that allows us to share the Word with those we reach in the mission field. The evangelism in world missionary evangelism is not just a part of our name. It defines our mission, our focus, and is at the heart of everything we do.